Canada is growing faster than ever, but which cities are leading the way? Imagine moving to a place where jobs are booming, house prices make sense, and life is just better. Where would you go? In 2025, some cities are seeing record-breaking population growth, attracting thousands of new residents every year. Could it be a hidden gem like Moncton, a tech powerhouse like Ottawa, or the unstoppable Toronto? Stick around as we count down the 10 fastest-growing cities in Canada, packed with mind-blowing stats, surprising facts, and some cities you'd never expect. Which city do you think is growing the fastest? Number 10. Moncton, New Brunswick. Moncton, one of Canada's fastest-growing cities that's proving size doesn't matter when it comes to booming economies. Between 2018 and 2024, Moncton's population jumped by 12.49%, and in 2025, it's expected to hit 180,000 residents. What's driving this growth? It's a mix of affordability, job opportunities, and business-friendly policies. Here's a wild stat. Moncton has one of the lowest unemployment rates in Canada, currently sitting at 4.6% compared to the national average of 5.9%. That means if you're looking for a job, you'll probably find one here faster than anywhere else. Real estate is another big factor. The average home price in Moncton is $350,000, nearly 65% cheaper than Toronto, where the average home now costs over $1 million. Renting? You'll love this. Average rent for a two-bedroom apartment is around $1,300, while in Vancouver, it's over $3,000. No wonder young professionals, remote workers, and retirees are flocking to this city. Moncton is also an economic powerhouse. It's the #1 city in Atlantic Canada for business growth, with major employers in finance, IT, and transportation. Companies like Medavie Blue Cross, Irving, and several call centers have massive operations here. Plus, the Greater Moncton International Airport handles over 800,000 passengers annually, making it a key transportation hub. Another reason people love Moncton? It's a bilingual city. About 47% of residents speak both English and French, making it one of the most bilingual cities in Canada. That's a huge advantage for businesses and job seekers. And if you love outdoor adventures, you're in for a treat. Moncton is just a short drive from Hopewell Rocks, where the world's highest tides can reach 16 meters, 52 feet, taller than a 4-story building. With an average salary of $55,000 per year, low taxes, and a cost of living that's 35% lower than the national average, Moncton is turning into a hotspot for anyone looking for a high quality of life without breaking the bank. Number 9. Charlottetown PEI. Charlottetown, the capital of Prince Edward Island, might be known for its small-town charm, but it's experiencing some of the biggest growth rates in Canada. The city's population jumped by 13.3% from 2018 to 2024, and experts predict it will surpass 50,000 people by 2025. That's a massive increase for a city that had just 36,000 residents in 2010. So, what's behind this population boom? First, affordable real estate is a huge factor. While home prices in Toronto and Vancouver have skyrocketed, Charlottetown remains relatively cheap, with an average home price of $420,000, about 60% lower than in major Canadian cities. Rental costs are also far more affordable, with the average two-bedroom apartment renting for $1,400 compared to $3,500 in Vancouver. But affordability alone isn't enough to attract people. Charlottetown's booming economy is playing a huge role. PEI has seen record-breaking job creation, and the city's unemployment rate is just 5.2%, significantly lower than previous years. Industries like technology, biosciences, and renewable energy are thriving, with government incentives attracting startups and major companies. In fact, the city is becoming a tech hub, with an increasing number of young entrepreneurs choosing Charlottetown as their base. One thing that sets Charlottetown apart is its quality of life. Despite the rapid growth, the city has kept its clean air, friendly neighborhoods, and strong sense of community. It's one of the safest places in Canada, with a crime rate that's 75% lower than the national average. That's a big deal for families and retirees looking for a peaceful, yet vibrant place to live. And let's not forget the incredible location. Charlottetown is surrounded by stunning beaches, national parks, and outdoor activities. In the summer, you can go from your downtown office to a pristine beach in under 15 minutes. Try doing that in Toronto. Plus, with PEI's investment in renewable energy, over 50% of the province's electricity now comes from wind power, making it one of the most sustainable cities in Canada. Charlottetown might be small, but it's growing faster than ever. And if you're looking for a place with low costs, great jobs, and an unbeatable lifestyle, this city should definitely be on your radar. Number 8. Halifax, Nova Scotia. Halifax, the capital of Nova Scotia, is growing faster than ever, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. With a population of 480,000 in 2024, the city has been expanding at a record pace, adding over 19,226 residents in just a few years. Experts predict that by 2030, Halifax could surpass 550,000 people, making it one of the fastest-growing urban centers in Canada. So, why is Halifax booming? First, let's talk about real estate and affordability. While Toronto and Vancouver are pricing people out, Halifax remains an affordable alternative. The average home price is around $500,000, which, believe it or not, is 50% cheaper than in Toronto. Rent is also reasonable, with a two-bedroom apartment averaging $1,900 per month, far lower than what you'd pay in most major Canadian cities. And property taxes? Among the lowest in the country. That's why more and more young professionals, families, and retirees are choosing Halifax as their new home. Now, let's talk jobs. Halifax has a booming economy with a 3.9% unemployment rate, which is one of the lowest in Canada. The tech sector has exploded, with startups and companies setting up shop here, making Halifax an unexpected but powerful tech hub. The Irving Shipyard and the Port of Halifax, one of the largest and busiest ports in the country, are also major job creators, contributing $1.5 billion annually to the local economy. The city is also home to 5 major universities, meaning tons of young talent enters the workforce every year. Another reason people love Halifax? The quality of life is off the charts. It has one of the lowest crime rates in Canada, and unlike many bigger cities, it has zero traffic congestion. Seriously, you can get anywhere in 20 minutes. Add in the stunning coastline, national parks, and some of the cleanest air in North America, and it's no surprise people are flocking here. With rapid expansion, job growth, and unbeatable lifestyle perks, Halifax isn't just growing, it's thriving. If you're looking for a city that offers big opportunities with a small-town feel, Halifax is calling your name. Number 7. Vancouver, British Columbia. Vancouver is one of the most iconic cities in Canada, and it's growing faster than ever. The city's population surged by 26,570 people last year alone, pushing it well past 2.8 million in the metro area. By 2030, Vancouver is expected to reach 3 million people, making it one of the biggest urban centers in the country. But here's the kicker. Unlike many cities where people are moving for affordability, Vancouver is growing despite its sky-high costs. Vancouver has the highest housing prices in Canada, with the average home costing over $1.3 million. Renting isn't cheap either, with a two-bedroom apartment going for over $3,200 per month. So why are people still moving here? Jobs, lifestyle, and opportunity. Vancouver's economy is booming, especially in the tech, film, and finance industries. The city is home to companies like Amazon, Microsoft, and EA Games, employing thousands of tech workers. The film industry alone contributes over $4 billion annually, making Vancouver Hollywood North. Another reason Vancouver keeps growing? It's consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the world. The city has mild winters, meaning no freezing minus 30 degrees Celsius temperatures like in other parts of Canada. Plus, it's surrounded by breathtaking mountains, beaches, and forests. Vancouver is one of the healthiest cities in North America, with over 400 kilometers of cycling and hiking trails, including the famous Stanley Park Seawall, the longest waterfront path in the world. Transportation is another big draw. With one of the most advanced public transit systems in Canada, including the SkyTrain, you can get around the city easily without a car. The Vancouver International Airport, YVR, is also a major global hub, serving over 26 million passengers per year. So, yes, Vancouver is expensive, but it's also a global city with massive opportunities, stunning nature, and a world-class lifestyle. If you can afford it, there's no better place to be. Number 6. Ottawa, Ontario. Ottawa isn't just about politics and Parliament Hill anymore. It's becoming a major hub for tech, innovation, and growth. With a population of over 1.1 million, Ottawa has added 30,468 new residents in recent years and is on track to reach 1.5 million by 2035. That's some serious growth for a city once known for being quiet and government-focused. So why is Ottawa growing so fast? One word: jobs. The city has a super low unemployment rate of just 4.4%. And while the federal government is still the biggest employer, tech is taking over. Ottawa is now one of the top 3 tech cities in Canada, with giants like Shopify, Nokia, and IBM setting up headquarters here. The city's Canada North Tech Park is home to over 540 tech companies, employing more than 33,000 people. Salaries in Ottawa are also higher than the national average, with tech workers earning around $100,000 per year. Another reason for Ottawa's growth? Affordability compared to Toronto. While Toronto home prices have soared past $1.1 million, Ottawa's average sits at $650,000, a huge difference. Renting is also cheaper, with a 2-bedroom apartment costing around $2,200 per month compared to $3,500 in Toronto. That's why so many people, especially young professionals, are choosing Ottawa as a more affordable yet equally exciting alternative to Toronto. And let's not forget the quality of life. Ottawa consistently ranks as one of the safest cities in Canada, with crime rates 35% lower than the national average. The city also has over 800 kilometers of biking trails, and in the winter, the famous Rideau Canal turns into the world's largest skating rink, a 7.8-kilometer stretch where you can skate through downtown. With its growing economy, high salaries, and lower cost of living, Ottawa is quickly transforming into one of Canada's most desirable places to live. If you're looking for a city that's got big opportunities without the big city chaos, Ottawa is calling your name. Number 5. Winnipeg, Manitoba. Winnipeg is no longer just Canada's chilly capital. It's becoming one of the fastest-growing cities in the country. With a population of 865,000 in 2024, Winnipeg is expected to hit 1 million people by 2035. That's a massive jump, especially considering the city has long been overlooked in favor of bigger hubs like Toronto and Vancouver. But now, it's a different story. Winnipeg's unemployment rate is only 4.9%, one of the lowest in the country, and the city is a powerhouse in manufacturing, aerospace, and technology. It's home to major companies like Boeing Canada, New Flyer Industries, and Skip the Dishes, which has become one of Canada's biggest food delivery platforms, employing over 2,000 people. The finance and insurance sector is also booming, contributing over $6 billion annually to the economy. One of the biggest draws? Affordability. While Toronto and Vancouver are pricing people out, Winnipeg remains one of the cheapest major cities in Canada. The average home price is around $350,000, which is 3 times cheaper than Vancouver. Rent is also super reasonable, with a 2-bedroom apartment averaging $1,400 per month. That's why thousands of people are choosing Winnipeg as their home. It offers big city opportunities without the big city price tag. Winnipeg also has a strong cultural scene, with over 100 annual festivals, including Festival du Voyageur and Folklorama, the largest multicultural festival in the world. And if you love sports, Winnipeg is home to the Winnipeg Jets, NHL, and the Blue Bombers, CFL, with their 2023 Grey Cup win adding to the city's excitement. Despite its cold winters, minus 30 degrees Celsius, Winnipeg is one of the sunniest cities in Canada, getting over 2,300 hours of sunshine per year. Plus, the new infrastructure projects, like the $400 million expansion of Winnipeg James Armstrong Richardson International Airport, are setting the city up for even bigger growth. With a booming economy, affordable living, and tons of cultural diversity, Winnipeg is proving to be one of Canada's most underrated success stories. Number 4. Edmonton, Alberta. Edmonton isn't just growing, it's exploding in size. With a population of 1.5 million in the metro area, the city has added over 55,050 new residents in recent years, making it one of Canada's fastest-growing urban centers. And by 2035, experts predict Edmonton will reach 2 million people, a staggering increase. Why the sudden boom? Jobs, affordability, and a high quality of life. Edmonton is known as the oil capital of Canada, and with Alberta's $85 billion oil industry still booming, jobs in energy, construction, and engineering are plentiful. But it's not just oil. Edmonton is also becoming a tech and innovation hub with major investments in artificial intelligence, biotech, and green energy. The city's unemployment rate is only 5.2%, significantly lower than the national average. And here's the real kicker. Edmonton is one of Canada's most affordable big cities. The average home price is just $450,000, while in Toronto you'd be paying more than $1.1 million for a similar property. Rent is also 30 to 40% cheaper than Vancouver, with a 2-bedroom apartment averaging $1,600 per month. That's why so many young professionals and families are choosing Edmonton. It offers big city opportunities with small city prices. Another major advantage, no provincial sales tax. Alberta is the only province in Canada with a 0% sales tax, which means more money stays in your pocket. And with one of the highest average salaries in Canada, $70,000 per year, that's a game changer. Edmonton also has a world-class entertainment and sports scene. The city is home to the Edmonton Oilers, NHL, and with Rogers Place, one of the most advanced arenas in North America, it's become a top destination for concerts and sports events. Plus, the West Edmonton Mall, the largest mall in North America, brings in over 32 million visitors annually. With massive job growth, affordability, and major infrastructure projects, Edmonton is quickly turning into one of Canada's most exciting cities to live in. Number 3. Montreal, Quebec. Montreal isn't just one of the most beautiful and historic cities in Canada, it's also one of the fastest growing. With a population of 1.8 million in the city and over 4.3 million in the metro area, Montreal has added 81,152 new residents in the last few years alone. Experts predict that by 2030, it will surpass 5 million, making it one of North America's largest urban centers. So why is Montreal booming? First, it's one of the most affordable big cities in Canada. The average home price is around $530,000, which is half the price of Toronto and Vancouver. Rent is also far more reasonable, with a 2-bedroom apartment averaging $1,800 per month, compared to $3,500 in Toronto. Another reason? Montreal's economy is on fire. The city is a tech and AI powerhouse, home to companies like Ubisoft, Bombardier, and CGI. In fact, Montreal is one of the top 3 AI research hubs in the world, attracting some of the biggest tech investments globally. The city's finance and aerospace industries are also booming, with Montreal ranking as one of the top 5 aerospace hubs on the planet. Montreal is also one of the most diverse cities in Canada. Over 30% of residents are immigrants, and the city has a strong bilingual culture, with 70% of people speaking both French and English. This makes it a huge advantage for international business and tourism. Speaking of tourism, Montreal welcomes over 11 million visitors annually, generating $5 billion in revenue for local businesses. But what truly makes Montreal special is its unbeatable lifestyle. It has over 120 festivals per year, including the Montreal International Jazz Festival, which holds the Guinness World Record as the largest jazz festival on the planet. The city is also famous for its European-style architecture, vibrant art scene, and world-class universities, including McGill University, ranked among the top 50 universities in the world. With its affordable housing, booming economy, and incredible culture, Montreal is proving to be one of Canada's most exciting and fastest-growing cities, and it's only getting started. Number 2. Calgary, Alberta. Calgary is experiencing a massive population surge, and it's not slowing down anytime soon. With a population of 1.64 million in 2024, the city has added an incredible 86,547 new residents in just a few years. By 2030, Calgary is expected to reach 2 million people, making it one of the fastest-growing major cities in North America. So what's fueling Calgary's explosive growth? Jobs, affordability, and opportunity. Calgary has the highest median household income in Canada, sitting at $108,000 per year compared to $87,000 in Toronto. That's a huge difference. And unlike many major cities where job markets are shrinking, Calgary's unemployment rate is only 5.0%, thanks to its thriving tech, finance, and energy industries. The city is home to major corporations like Suncor Energy, Enbridge, and WestJet, and it's quickly becoming a tech hotspot with over 1,000 new startups launching in the last 5 years. Another major reason people are moving here: affordability. While Toronto and Vancouver are pricing people out, Calgary remains one of Canada's most affordable big cities. The average home price is around $570,000, which is nearly 50% cheaper than Toronto's $1.2 million. Rent is also way more affordable, with a 2-bedroom apartment averaging $1,900 per month, compared to $3,500 in Vancouver. That's why thousands of young professionals and families are choosing Calgary. They can own a home without drowning in debt. And let's talk about quality of life. Calgary has been ranked the 3rd most livable city in the world, according to the Economist Intelligence Unit, thanks to its clean environment, safety, and booming economy. The city gets more sunshine than any other Canadian city, a whopping 2,396 hours per year. And for outdoor lovers, Banff National Park and the Canadian Rockies are just an hour away, offering some of the best hiking, skiing, and adventure sports on the planet. Plus, taxes are lower in Alberta. There's no provincial sales tax, meaning your money goes further. And with Calgary's world-class public transit system, international airport, and growing downtown core, it's no wonder this city is exploding with growth. With high salaries, affordable housing, and an incredible lifestyle, Calgary is proving to be one of the best places to live in Canada. And it's only getting bigger. Number 1. Toronto, Ontario. Toronto, the king of Canada's fastest-growing cities. Toronto isn't just growing, it's booming at a record-breaking pace. With a population of 3.2 million in the city and over 6.7 million in the metro area, Toronto has added an unbelievable 125,756 new residents in just 1 year, making it the fastest-growing city in North America. By 2030, the Greater Toronto Area, GTA, is expected to surpass 8 million people, making it one of the largest urban areas on the planet. So why is everyone moving to Toronto? Jobs, business opportunities, and its global reputation. The city is the financial capital of Canada, home to the Toronto Stock Exchange, TSX, and headquarters of the country's biggest banks and corporations. The finance industry alone employs over 280,000 people, contributing $77 billion annually to the economy. And it's not just finance. Toronto is also North America's 3rd largest tech hub, with over 11,000 tech companies and 400,000 plus workers in AI, fintech, and cybersecurity. Companies like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft have invested billions here, making it one of the world's fastest-growing tech cities. But here's the catch. Toronto is expensive. The average home price is over $1.2 million, and rent is through the roof, with a 2-bedroom apartment costing around $3,500 per month. Yet, despite this, people keep moving here in record numbers. Why? Because the job market is booming, salaries are high, and Toronto offers a world-class lifestyle. The city is home to 3 major universities: University of Toronto, York, and Ryerson, 140-plus languages spoken, and over 250 cultural festivals per year. It's one of the most diverse cities on Earth, with 52% of residents born outside of Canada. Toronto is also Canada's entertainment and sports capital. It's home to the Toronto Raptors, NBA, Toronto Maple Leafs, NHL, Toronto Blue Jays, MLB, and TFC, MLS. Plus massive concerts, film festivals, and global events like Toronto International Film Festival, TIFF, which attracts over 500,000 visitors every year. The city's public transit system is expanding rapidly, with projects like the Ontario Line, set to open in 2031, and new subway expansions making it easier than ever to get around. Toronto might be expensive, but it's also one of the most powerful economic and cultural hubs in North America. If you want endless opportunities, a dynamic city life, and a place where anything is possible, Toronto is the place to be.